Good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning, depending on where you live. And welcome to this new video on Rndr. I felt like it was needed today. It's been quite bullish over the course of the day. I mean, I covered it already before. I think on when it was right here, so the 12th of November, this weekend. And then what we said is that the main thing going on with Rndr right now, the way I see the market, is that it had this huge impulse wave right here. And that ever since basically, when was this? Basically since the beginning of November, the end of October, it's been in this range between $2.2 and $2.55. It's been in that range, and I still felt like that was a continuation range. All right, so sometimes what happens, especially in bullish market circumstances, which I still assume we are in, even though we got quite some bearish pressure from Bitcoin earlier this week, but assuming that a range after an impulse wave like this is actually bullish. Usually the price continues. So what we see right now is that Rndr has broken above that level, which is great news. You can also see that there's a price alert for me that might be or might not be because I'm entering Rndr. It is, but the thing is right now we're testing, and we are going to test whether this is a real bullish breakout above 2.55 and 2.5 cents in general, so this area, or whether this is a fake out and potentially caused by news. Because obviously I know that Rndr got listed on Binance Japan. I'm not sure what that means for the price. I've never seen a crypto rally because of that necessarily. So also in this case, I'm assuming this is real bullish momentum. And I'm assuming that this is not a listing pump and dump. If you take a look at these statistics, what you'll see is that the open interest basically since, I think earlier, I think later than the announcement that it would get listed. So I don't think that's the cause, but you can see that the open interest over the course of today basically went up from 30 million to 52 million. So that's an increase of about 22. That's an increase of about 70%, a little bit more. So that's very bullish, and the volume is still going up and the open interest is still going up. So what I expect is that this is a real breakout and that it holds. That's in line with how strong Bitcoin is right now, I would say, at least. And that's also in line with the trend of Rndr and what I expect from Rndr. I mean, Rndr has been doing great. They're working on some amazing new developments. They've had some proposals about that. So it also deserves this rally. So what I expect technically is that it has broken above 2.55, 2.5, that it will retest and then head up to, well, 2.75 is my first price target, but I think that's a little bit low. I think it's more likely to assume we're going up to 2.85 and $2.9. That's my expectation. It might spike up all the way to $3, and then from there we'll start talking about whether 3.5, 3.4 is possible. I do think it's possible, but it depends on how it reacts to resistance. All right, so yeah, that's what I expect. I mean, I can tell you a couple more things about it, but I don't think you need to know that. The open interest is great. The technical structure, in my eyes, is bullish. There is a chance, obviously, that this is a listing pump and dump and that it will drop back down. That's a possibility. I mean, we've seen that before with Rndr, that it really, if it loads, that it really had that final push right here after a range, that it started dropping down. So it's a possibility. I mean, if Rndr right now tests 2.5 and it breaks below that level, it's right back to that range. All right, so you should know that, but given the circumstances, that's not what I expect. All right, so those are my thoughts. If you do have any questions, of course, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.